Hello, we are live. How are you all doing? It is Saturday. It's 11 a.m. here in Texas. So we're about it's kind of early afternoonish, early lunchtime-ish over here. So I hope you all are doing well this weekend. We are here if you're watching for the replay later on, or if you're here for the first time. So, we are here to do sprints. We are here to work for 4 20-minute sprints and take 5-minute breaks. Sprints are for anything that you want to do. So, if you want to do writing stuff, that is awesome. If you want to do planning stuff, that is awesome too. If you want to do chores, that is great as well. My philosophy is that even if you're using the sprints to not to write, but to do other stuff, that's going to leave you time later on for writing. So it's all good. It's all good. And we do 5-minute breaks for whatever you need to do. If you need to get up and stretch, if you need to take a bathroom break, if you need to get a glass of water, a snack, whatever you need to do. And I'm going to try to be better about kind of momming you through the breaks. I haven't always been good about that because I like to babble. So but I'm going to try to be better at that. So for those of us who are joining, so tell me what you're going to be working on for these sprints. So I am actually not going to be writing. I did do writing earlier this morning. I got about 2,000 words in, 21,000 words, a little bit more. So I'm very happy about that. Ooh, let me start the timer so I don't, because I can babble for 2 hours. And I have no problem with that. But we're not here for that. We're here to do sprints and to get some stuff done. So I wrote this morning, and now I'm actually going to be doing writing related stuff, but not actual writing. Unfortunately, this week for me was a migraine week. So when that happens to me, it means that I get behind with all the stuff that I have to do during the week, because with migraines I'm just out. I'm just in bed all day. So I am doing stuff that I wanted to do this week but didn't work out, and that's okay. That's okay. So I'm going to try to explain this so that it makes sense. Okay. So book 3 of my new series is coming out next month. And I've got I have the pre-order version up, which is just kind of, you just kind of put up a file just to be able to do the pre-order. So it doesn't have any of the fancy front matter or back matter or any of that kind of stuff. So I have to do the final formatting for book 3 and get it up on the sites, get the final version up on the sites. The problem is that I've got book 4 that is coming out next year, and I want to put that up for pre-order. So, and this is something that, if you're an indie author, you're very aware of this, coordinating when things go up. And because I want to put in the back matter for book 3 a excerpt and a push to buy book 4, right? So on pre-order, right? So I can't do that unless book 4 is on pre-order and it's got links. So that's kind of what I'm working on for these sprints is I'm going to be doing just a pre-order formatting for book 4. So again, it's not going to be, I'm not going the whole hog with the back matter and all that kind of stuff. I'm just getting it formatted enough to be able to put it up on pre-order. And then I'm going to put it up on the vendor sites for pre-order. I'm wide, so I'm not just Amazon. So I'm putting it on those sites for pre-order, and then and it'll probably take like a couple of days until I get the links. And then once I have the links, then I can go into book 3 and I can do the final formatting and add the links and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely it's a process. You kind of have to coordinate the times. So Let's see who all is with us. Hello, Kat. Shirley's sprints just wrapped up. Time to settle in here for a bit. Well, thank you, Kat. We are so happy that you are joining us. I have one more Publish and Thrive video to watch before the Q&A. Yes, you know what, Kat? I'm also I'm an alumni, so I did Publish and Thrive. I think it was last year I did it. I can't remember exactly when, but I did it last year. And I'm also watching now the replays of the Q&A from the last time that Sarah did it, because they're just so helpful, and the questions are just so great. So I'm also kind of watching those as well. Kat says, "Congratulations! I still need to write book one. That's okay. I have trouble with perfectionism. Oh yeah, it can be debilitating. It absolutely can. It absolutely can. And you know what, Kat? I'm totally the same way. I'm totally the same way with the perfectionism. I don't want to tell you how many times I went back and did an updated and revised edition of the of the first book of my historical family saga series that I published. So I don't even want to. I don't think I think I stopped counting at some point how many updated and revised editions I've done, and I'm actually going to be doing another one uh, for the beginning of the year. But the thing to remember that's really awesome about if you're self-publishing, and I'm assuming that you're self-publishing, is that you can always go back and update and revise the book. And it's really easy to do, unless you're changing like a significant amount of the content. I think it's something like 20%. But if you're not, if you're just doing, just a couple of revisions, or maybe just doing another proofread or whatever, it's really simple to do that and then to just upload it. So that's kind of what comforts me. I think that's what gets me through the perfectionism, is that, you know what, I can always go back and I can too loud. I can always go back and revise it later. So that helps. It helps for me. It helps at least. Okay, beautiful. And Kat says this is my third time through. Yeah. And the first time I've actually watched most of the videos. Yes. Yeah, I've gone back and I've done Publish and Thrive several times. It's just really, really it's really nice because it gives like an overview of publishing and tips and tricks and things like that. Okay, let's get into our first sprint. We're going to go for 20 minutes. Whatever you need to do, we are here for you to support you. I will see you all in 20 minutes. Okay, first sprint is down. Let me get that out of the way so we can get the break. And if you need to stretch, get a glass of water, take a bathroom break, get a snack, whatever you need to do. Now is a good time to do it. And if you're staying with us, let me know, how did it go and what you got done during these 20 minutes. It all counts, everything counts. Even if you just fed the dog, that's okay. It all counts. So I saved I've got my book on Scrivener, so I saved it to Word. And now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of scrolling through it and just kind of looking at stuff where the formatting might be a little bit weird, where there might be like some notes that I may have put there that I don't want to have, in the book. And also any kind of corrections, any kind of grammar issues that Word may have tagged that I missed. So just kind of doing all of that. And I have Vellum, thank goodness. And let me tell y'all, if you have a Mac, Vellum is 100% worth it. It really, really is. It really is. It's not cheap. I think it's about $250, something like that, but it's like a one-time payment. So it's not like a subscription kind of thing. It is so worth it. It is so worth it. Before I bought Vellum, I used to have to format. I formatted like through Scrivener, and it took a long, long time. It took me days to format the book, and it was still, the margins were way off, and everything, in spite of watching like a gazillion tutorials on it. And Vellum, it's just it's great. You just basically, and I'm not an affiliate or anything, so I'm not getting money for this, but it's just great. It just has a lot of things that you can do with it. Plus, you just upload the Word document there, and boom, 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 it puts it into the chapters. Now you do have to go back and just kind of check and make sure everything is in its place, because sometimes with the page breaks, it sometimes gets a little bit confused. But it's nothing compared to what I had to do with Fortnite. Just saying. So totally worth it. Okay, let's see what our lovely people have been doing. Let's see. Hello, Carla. Wonderful to see you with us. I'm completing my blog post I worked on with Shirley. Awesome. Wonderful. Blog post is good. Kat says, finished, published, and thrive videos. There were tears. Oh. Oh, which module were you doing? Were you doing the? I think you probably said earlier which one you're doing. You said one more, publish and thrive. So I'm guessing that's like the last module. Yeah, that one it's an emotional one. It's an emotional one because Sarah gets all into, how to set yourself up for success in terms of self-care and things like that. It's a really good one. It's a really good one. Let's see. Kat says, also working on a notebook setup for Nano. Beautiful. Wonderful. That is awesome. That is awesome that you're doing Nano. I was planning on doing Nano this year, but probably with my schedule of where I'm going to be with my projects and things like that, it's probably not going to work out. So I don't think I'm going to be doing Nano this year. But that is awesome. And yes, setting up a notebook for Nano is really, really great. It's really important. And speaking of Sarah Cannon, she's probably going to have, I'm sure she's going to have for Preptober, like a bunch of videos. And she usually also has like a Preptober workbook, which is really helpful. So definitely, if you haven't checked that out, definitely check it out. That's on her Heart Breathings YouTube channel. So if you just go into YouTube and you Google Heart Breathings, then you can find the channel and you can subscribe to it and get the notifications for that. Let's see. Kat says, yes, I've heard good things about Vellum. Yeah, it definitely is. And, they just keep enhancing their features. So it just, especially, if you're going to be publishing, like if you're building an author career, so you're going to be publishing quite a few books, then it's really, really helpful. If you're just publishing like a couple of books for whatever reason, like I know a lot of business women who, they want to be they want to be authors, but their focus is on stuff like it might be coaching, it might be course creation, and the books are just kind of supplemental. So, like for them, for example, I would say it's not going to be worth your while to get Vellum because if you're just publishing a book every couple of years, it's not really worth your while. But if you're an indie author, I think it's definitely worth it. Yes, module 5. Yes. Okay, so Kat says, I need the momentum, community, and accountability for Nano. Yes. And yes, I use Sarah's Preptober workbook. It's great. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're so right, Kat. I mean, that's the beauty of the Nano community. It really is a community. They build an amazing community, and there are so many other communities, for that go all out for Nano. It does. The accountability is great. Okay, so let's go second sprint, 20 minutes on the clock for whatever you need to do. I will see you all in 20 minutes. And by the way, I do mute myself and I also turn off the camera just so I don't, whatever I'm doing, I don't distract people, especially because I have a tendency to touch myself when I'm doing this kind of stuff. So just to not distract everybody. But I will see you all in 20 minutes. halfway through. So, how did you all do? How was this sprint? Let me put the timer on. Yeah, all I messed up. I messed up. Not with the sprints, but but basically, I figure I was going through, this draft, just kind of scrolling through and correcting stuff, and then I was like, wait a minute, this stuff that I'm correcting, I know that I've seen it before, and I know I corrected that. So then I went back and I checked the current draft that I'm working on, which is kind of looking at research and things like that. And I found out that yes, that draft was corrected. So basically, what I did, because I took the draft format from a previous draft that was cleaner than the current draft, because the current draft has a lot of notes about research, what to research, and things like that. So I didn't want to take that one. But what I forgot to do is I forgot to copy when I finished the previous draft, which was like a pre-edit draft, which is just basically going through and doing some light line edits before it goes to my editor. And I guess I forgot to save the final draft of that draft. So if that kind of makes sense. So basically, I was working from an old draft that wasn't corrected the way that it should be. So now I basically saved the most recent draft, which is the research one, for the one that I'm going to format. And so now I have to go back and go over it all over again. So it's frustrating, but that's the way it is. That's the way writing is. You got to get it right. So let's see what our lovely, lovely people are saying. Okay, yeah, and I did. I might have lost connection there for a couple of minutes. I have a really annoying internet connection that I've had since I moved here. Don't get me started on this part. Let me just tell you this: I moved in February. I'm getting the F out of here when my year lease is up. Let's just put it that way. Let's just leave it at that. So one of the things so my internet here has been sometimes a little bit jumpy, and it'll suddenly like just go offline. But the good thing about that is that all I have to do is I have to basically go and reconnect to the Wi-Fi, and then it reconnects pretty much in a couple of minutes. So, but just be aware that might happen. So we're halfway through. We still have about 2.5 minutes to go. If you need to take any kind of break, get up and stretch, bio break, snack break, water break, whatever you need to do, now is a very good time to do it. And so let's see. Carla says, I'm adding in more items in this edit. Beautiful. I'm at 2231 words. Excellent. And we'll need to get it done soon so I can move on to the images. Yeah. Yes. I so get you on that. Because you've got all the steps, and it's like you got to finish something first in order to get something else done. So obviously. Kat says, still working on a nano workbook. It will fit in a traveler's notebook. That is so cool. That is cool, because I'm guessing what you're going for is something that you can take with you. So like, for example, if you want to go to a cafe to write during nano, then you can take that with you. That is awesome. I got to tell you all about a moment that I had when I was going over right now my draft, and it is so timely. So there is this character who's a performer, and so he's bragging to the main character. This is a historical cozy mystery, by the way. He's bragging to the main character about all the performances that he's had, and he's performed in front of all these important people. And so at one point he says, and I performed in front of the Queen of England. And so one of the characters corrects him and says, King, it's the King of England. because the book takes place in 1904. And in 1904, King Edward was king at that time because Queen Elizabeth the first, Queen Elizabeth the First had died in 1900, and so Edward became the king. And it's just like, how timely is that, y'all? I mean, how timely is that? We've got this tragedy of Queen Elizabeth, who sadly died yesterday. I think she died, and suddenly, her son Charles becomes the king of England. So it's timely, just very timely. Let's see. Kat says it's mostly so I don't lose all my notes again. Oh yeah, I get that. I get that. See, this is why I have stopped doing notes on in notebooks, and I do them just like in Notion and online because I lose them. Okay, let's go for our third sprint. We're going to go for 20 minutes or whatever you have to get done. We are here. We are supporting you, sending you lots of love and productivity. I will see you all in 20 minutes. Okay, yay, we're at the last sprint. So hopefully that went well for you. Let us know what you did and how that went and what you got done. So, as I was saying before, I had to start over with going through the book that I was going through, just kind of doing a little bit of cleanup before formatting it into vellum for the pre-order. And so that's the bad news. But the good news is that I caught up to what I had done before. So, and now I'm actually kind of going in between because I've got it on the Word document because vellum wants Word, only uses Word, and I've got the draft that I'm doing now in Scrivener. So every time like I see some kind of grammar error or something like that, and I correct it in the Word document, then I go back to the Scrivener and I correct it. So doing a little bit of double work there. And let's see if we've got, let's see. Yes, I meant Victoria. Yes, thank you, Kat. Yeah, I got mixed up with my queens. So yes, yes, in Queen Victoria. I can't remember if she was the first or the second. I think she was no Queen Victoria. There is no first and second. Uh, Queen Victoria, 1900. Queen Victoria died. Prince Edward became King Edward. Don't ask me what number because that's out of my line. In and that's why it's called, of course, the Edwardian era, because it was the reign of King Edward. And then now, of course, we're talking about Queen Elizabeth who died, and now we have a Prince Charles who is reigning. So we'll see how he does. We'll see how he does. I'll be interested to know what the British people, what the people in the UK and the Commonwealth think about King Charles and how they see that playing out. So it's going to be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see. Kat says, yeah, that was fast. It was fast. Finishing up my notebook, tightening up my signature elastics. Beautiful, wonderful. Okay, wonderful. Oh, that's terrific that you're finishing that off. Yeah, so I saw actually one of my Facebook friends put up this meme, and it shows King Charles playing or trying to play like the electric guitar, and he has this like look on his face, and the caption on it is the artist formerly known as Prince. So I mean, so that I mean, it's really cute. But that I don't know, that kind of tells me a little bit about what we might be expecting from King Charles. Let's see. I am done. Now on to the images. Awesome. Good for you. Good for you, Carla. So again, we got about 2 minutes here if you want to, before our last sprint. So if you want to get up and get a glass of water, have a bio break, just get up and stretch. This is a great time to do it. Also, a reminder that I do these sprints through the wonderful writers group on Discord, Wings for Writers. It is Shirley Crow's group, and a few other awesome people like Brandy, the unorganized writer, and Jen is there. And there's just so many awesome people. Wonderful, very supportive writing group. I have the link in the description if you want to join. It's on Discord. They do so many awesome things. They do writers workshops, readings, writing retreat. They just do a whole bunch of stuff. So wonderful group. So I'm like sitting here and I'm like, okay, I'm the babbler, and I'm like, okay, I don't know how much, I have left to tell you. But we do have 45 minutes left before our last sprint. and hopefully we can get a lot done. I am hoping to get done just going through this book and doing what I need to do in order it, and then in order to get it, on vellum. It's actually taken me longer than I thought it was going to take me. So, but I think so many things with writing, that's exactly what it's about. It's about taking longer than you think it's going to take. So, and that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. So even for non-perfectionists, I think we have that going because we want to get it right. So awesome. Okay, so we are going into our very last 20-minute sprint. So let me put the timer on. Let's make it a good one. Let's give it a good punch and see if we can get some stuff done in this last 20 minutes. I will see you all in 20 minutes. That is it, everybody. We are done. We're done with the Saturday sprints. It was wonderful to have all of you join me. I apologize for this weird light that like is in the background here. I've got this like little like itty bitty lamp that I use. Unfortunately, I have issues with using, like those really bright O lights and things like that, and like, putting it in front of me so it really lights up my face, because strong lights give me migraines, so I can't do that. So it's a bit of a pain, but hopefully y'all can see me. So that hopefully is good. So let me know before you head out how things went for you. So I finished the look at going through the book and cleaning it up, and so now it's ready to go into vellum and get formatted for pre-order, and then from there it's ready to go up for pre-order on vendor sites, which is really exciting. It's always exciting to put a book up for pre-order. So let me see who all is with us. Let me see. Carla said, oh, I know. Yes, Carla. Yes, Carla does say. Carla says 2,480 words, images. That is beautiful. That is awesome. Congratulations, Carla. So happy that you could be with us. And yes, I agree, Kat. It was excellent. And so thank you again to everyone who have joined us, the lovely, lovely people who have joined us. I am here most Saturday afternoons, 11 o'clock Central Eastern Time, unless I have like migraine issues or things like that, which, is definitely not every Saturday. So definitely count on me being here as often as I possibly can. I love to do these sprints. And have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Saturday. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Hopefully, it is starting to get fall weather where you are. For us here in West Texas, it's limping into fall. It's limping into fall. The weather says, oh, strong cold front this weekend. And the temperatures are like 85 degrees, 86 degrees. And it's kind of like, y'all, I think, need to redefine what you mean by strong cold front. But we're getting there. We're getting there. At least we're no longer in the hundreds, which we were in the summer. So you are most welcome, Kat and Carla. And I hope to see you here next week as well. I will see you all hopefully next week, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.